but I think I'm extremely lucky. Lucky to have my first trip abroad in my new capacity to the ITB, a vibrant meeting place. I'm here ready to answer any questions.
Channels. This barrier, which and these multiplying channels will help us in terms of geography, human contact, social and cultural interaction. I mean by that the result which we did the resume in this logo, Egypt where it all begins. We tried as much as possible to be responsible of our promise. And at the time to be responsible of our promise, 190 tour operators were developing these partnerships because, as you know, almost 80% of our tourists are coming through and with trusted tour operators beginning to come back to Egypt. In fact, UK didn't stop.
Let me try and quantify the lost opportunity. On January the 26th or the 27th, close to 1 million tourists were in Egypt and had to leave the country. I would consider that the number of tourists who came in February, tourists per se, not foreigners, because there was a lot of media, journalists and so on who were there. But I would consider the number of tourists who came in February as zero. So basically what we have lost.
I know five. I know five, Mr. Lee.
You know five? Okay. Very roughly, we, disregarding seasonality effect, we theoretically should receive, if we're on track, approximately 1.1, 1.2 million tourists a month.
So that was last in February.
This was last Feb. This was the figure of January 2011, to be very precise. So if we lost 1.2 million in February, we will lose half of that in March. I can quantify in dollar terms the loss. It's very simple. The average stay of a tourist is very precisely 9 days. The average spending is $85 per day. Just multiply those figures and you get the exact amount that was lost due to the revolution. But also, let me tell you that we think, and I really believe it, I mean it's not a safe pitch that I'm doing, that we believe that the sympathy that Egypt gained on the international arena and the international public opinion will probably allow us to recoup this loss very quickly. This is as far as the loss is concerned. As far as the security is in all the touristic places, absolutely on the Red Sea shores, on the Mediterranean shore, around the pyramids, in the Nile Valley, be it in Luxor and Aswan. To tell you, to be very precise, in Cairo and in Tahrir Square, there are still some demonstrations, peaceful demonstrations. Those demonstrations are, in fact, the youth are adamant to have their demands met. And they are there every Friday to say out loud they are there, they are following, they are monitoring, and they will not stop until all their demands are met. All through the revolution, to be very precise, between January 25th and February 11th, there was not a single real incident that happened. In Tahrir Square, the people, the millions, were there chanting the people's demand the fall of the regime, but with a big smile. It was peaceful, and at the time it was like a fair because some people got married in Tahrir Square. This is typically Egyptian, being serious with a big, big smile, making the revolution and getting married. So,
You were there with this?
oh yes, I was personally there making the revolution. Yeah, not getting married.
In the parliament, no, there's
You're absolutely right. But you know the revolution is only 1 month old. Next year, there will be all women here.
Four of the directors are women. So it's a very good proportion in tourism. Yeah, and compared to any other sector, it's an excellent proportion. And the door is open. Not in my place. And the priorities, Asia and Latin America.
Well, at the ITB Asia we met, and you were going to open an office in Singapore or Malaysia.
No.
In Malaysia, there was a study saying to capture some of the traffic out in Asia, is to think of having an office there. We have an office in India, as you may all know, and it's doing very well. The numbers are growing by the year so far. So Asia is a prime market for the East Asia, and we're thinking of Malaysia to have an office there. Not yet a decision. Maybe now it will be a bit postponed because of financial restrictions, but it's under study. However, I would like just to add to my colleague, Mr. Ahmed Azadi, that in essence, we have a strategy. We had a strategy that was drawn before 2010, that between 2010 and 2020, we should double the figures and reach up to an average of 25 million tourists and double our returns, our receipts of the country, of which we had last year, to be precise, $12.6 billion with a B. And to compare the success of the Egyptian tourism sector, if you go back 25 years ago, about 1981-82, a mere $300 million was the receipts of the whole of Egypt. $300 million, 1/3 of a billion. And now we have reached last year 12.6, and we look forward to double it by the year 2020 or even
Special importance to a giant in the making and a huge population with an increased standard of living. So I think China should get our attention and a big one. Yeah, no, we should do much better in China. My statement. I would stand by my statement. What you've seen about the state security police is a rejection of the impression that the people have seen over the years by the police. It was the real tool for the repression. And what happened, it was they decided to take out, to get out the officers from this building and to burn this building. It was peaceful. It was peaceful. They went out, they were safe, and the building itself was burned, and it was an expression of refusal of repression. That none of them was hurt. Nobody was hurt.
People were jumping out of the window.
No, come on. don't know what kind of pictures you've seen. What happened in Alexandria happened in several offices in other towns of Egypt, including in Cairo. Nobody was jumping.